Hari Bol.
I'll chant.
Yeah, chant.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Start the Mangalacharan. Hari Bol. Start
Om
Mangalacharan.
Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuda Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavansya Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagara Gunatanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvedam Savadudam Vaidanasaidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitan Sri Vishakan Vidamsam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudalim Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Idi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Idi Namine Sri Vashavani Devi Daidaya Kripabdi Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhuve Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratt Kushe Nama Panchatattvadmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Govika Kanda Sri Radha Kanda Namostute Jaitam Suratur Pungur Mama Mandamadir Gadi Matsarvasya Padam Bojo Sri Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vrindaranya Kalpatrumadham Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanastho Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devam Preshtalibhishya Vimano Smarami Sriman Rasarasarambi Vamshi Vada Tadastidam Karshan Venu Swaner Gobir Gobinada Sriyostanaha Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudya Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Dandavats. Hare Krishna Mataji is over.
So we are into which chapter? Which verse? Who is remembering? Which chapter, which verse? Forgot? Exam given, then all forgot. We have finished with the 6th chapter. We will be starting with the 7th chapter. Remembering or not? From today, 7th chapter starts. How many of you have not given the exam? So there will be another test on this Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Write exam. Exam will make you, don't have the fear. Nobody is going to scold you even if you get less marks. At least exam will make you study. So maybe this Saturday, Sunday or next Saturday, Sunday, we'll try to do something because this Saturday, Sunday again Deepavali is there. So next Saturday, Sunday, somehow try to study, write. Even if you get less marks also, doesn't matter. It will give you one revision, do one revision. So all of you should give exam, okay? Now, son of Drona punished. From now we'll be starting 7th, 8th, 9th. See, before we complete 9th chapter, finish off with the exam of the previous chapter. That is, we did the exam for 3, 4, 5, isn't it? 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. A nice chapter. Every preacher should know, or everybody who's inclined in devotional service should know these chapters. For these are the verses because of which all the further there is Bhagavatam emanated, everything emanated only because of these verses. Narada Vyasa Samvad, very important Samvad. Narada giving knowledge to Vyasa, very important Samvad. So study and give exam. Compulsively, all of you should give exam. You write something. If you don't know anything, you write Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. You write, but you should give exam. Okay? Gadadhar Prabhu, did you give exam? Yes? Unmute and speak. Unmute. I'm not able to hear.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I have not given, but I will give in this coming
So,
Sunday.
yeah. So we will have not coming Sunday. It will be 18th and 19th will be the exam. Kusum has given
Yes,
exam.
thank you very much for giving some time to cover.
Yeah, 2 weeks are there for you to study.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Hare Krishna Mother, I am not given. I am also give the exam.
Okay. Kusum has given.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji, I have given.
You have given.
Yes,
Usha,
Mataji.
Usha and Ram Kirti, you have given. You have given.
Yeah, we gave in the last batch, Mataji. Up to second unit we have given. So we thought we'll start from the third unit.
No problem. You have given in the second unit you have given. You have to inform all these things to Bindu Mataji also.
Yes,
She is maintaining the record.
Yeah, we have already informed her. Yeah.
Adi Satvik ki Mataji has given, I suppose. Then Narayana and Chumur also have to give. Okay. Self was not good. So Vimala has to give. And then Ashok Mat Prabhu she will give. Now we'll start with the 7th chapter. The son of Drona punished. Who is son of Drona? Who is son of Drona? Ashwatthama. Shaunakuvacha nirgate narade suta bhagavan badarayana shrutavams tadabhipretam tatah kim akarod vibhuhu. Shaunaka says nirgate narade suta. After this, Bhagavan Vyasaha Shrutvan heard that his abhipretam, desire of the mind, tatah thereafter, kim what? Akarod did he do? Vibhu the great. So Shaunakadi Rishi, now they are talking to, means they are asking this question to Sutta Goswami. Sutta Goswami has come to Naimisharanya. So here we will find the samvad or conversation between Shaunaka, who is the leader of all the rishis in the Naimisharanya. They are asking, O Sutta, the great and transcendentally powerful Vyasa, he heard everything from Narada. So after Narada went, what did he do? Like Guru comes and gives you Upadesh. So naturally the question comes, after Guru goes, what did you do? There are 3 types of people. There are 3 types of disciples. One is, he hears and puts in his heart and follows. One is he doesn't wait for the instruction, he knows the desire. And one is he hears and throws out. Three types of people come to Guru. One is first class. First class means he knows the desire. He knows. Just by the gestures, he can understand what are the likes and dislikes of my Guru. Automatically, he will do. He doesn't have to be instructed. One waits for the instructions, does it very sincerely. And one, even after the instruction also, he will do what he wants. That means, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ से छोड़ दिया. So that is why the question is, what did Vyasa do? Narada instructed. Did he follow the instruction? That is expected. Na? Guru Shishya Parampara means what? Whatever is instructed, that is expected to be followed. Simple. Okay. Vasandhani Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thanks for the service.
Please.
Shaunak uvacha nirgate narade suta Bhagavan Bhadrayana Bhadarayana Shrutavamsha tad abhipretam Tata kim akaroda vibhu. Translation and purport by Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sri Shaunak asked, O Suta, the great and transcendental powerful Vyasadeva heard everything from Sri Narada Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did Vyasadeva do? Purport. In this chapter, the clue for describing Srimad Bhagavatam is picked up as Maharaj Parikshit is miraculously saved in the womb of his mother. This was caused by Drauni Ashwatthama, Acharya Drona's son, who killed the 5 sons of Draupadi while they were asleep, for which he was punished by Arjuna. Before commencing the great epic Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Vyasadeva realized the whole truth by trance in devotion. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes. Next. Tutuvacha Brahmanadyam Saraswatyam Ashramaha Paschime Tate Shamya Prasa iti Prokta Rishinam Satravardhanaha. Suta Uvacha Brahmanadyam Saraswatyam Ashramaha Paschime Tate Shamya Prasa iti Prokta Rishinam Satravardhanaha. Brahmanadyam, on the bank of the river intimately related with Vedas. That is Mother Saraswati. Brahmanas, the saints and the Lord, Saraswati, Ashramaha, in the cottage, Ashrama, Paschime, it is in the west, Paschime, Tate, on the banks, Shamya Prashaha. There's a place which is on the banks of Saraswati. That place name is Shamya Prasha. Iti, thus Proktaha, said to be Rishinam Satravardhanaha. So this is the place which enlivens the activities of the sages. So Suta Goswami is now answering the question. On the western side of river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation at Shamya Prasha, which enlivens the transcendental activities of the sages. Okay, Kusum, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Suta Uvacha Brahmanadyam Saraswatyam Ashrama Paschime Tate Samya Prasa iti Prokta Rishinam Satravardhanaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Suta said, On the western bank of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation at Samya Prasha, which enlivens the transcendental activities of the sages. Purport: for spiritual advancement of knowledge, a suitable place and atmosphere are definitely required. The place on the western bank of the Saraswati is especially suitable for this purpose. And there is the ashrama of Vyasadeva at Samya Prasha. Srila Vyasadeva was a householder, yet his residential place is called as ashrama. As an ashrama is a place where spiritual culture is always foremost. It does not matter whether the place belongs to a householder or a mendicant. The whole Varnashrama system is so designed that each and every status of life is called an ashrama. This means that spiritual culture is the common factor for all. The brahmacharis, the grihasthas, the vanaprasthas, and the sannyasis all belong to the same vision of life, namely realization of the Supreme. Therefore, none of them are less important as far as spiritual culture is concerned. The difference is a matter of formality on the strength of renunciation. The sannyasis are held in high estimation on the strength of practical renunciation. Hare Krishna.
Third verse. Tasmin swa ashrame vyaso badari shandamandite asino upasprishya pranidadhyo manasvayam. So tasmin swa ashrame, in that place, in that ashram, this is whose ashram it is? It is Vyasa's ashram. The ashram is so beautiful that was surrounded by Badari Shandaha, berry trees. That is why the name is Badri. Because Lord comes from Vaikuntha to do tapasya here. So Lakshmi ji takes the form of a berry tree and gives shade to Narayana. Because Narada comes to Vaikuntha and says, "Oh Lord, all the sages are doing so much of tapasya. You are enjoying here. Lakshmi ji is massaging your feet. And you are not doing any tapasya. All the sages are doing. And you are just in the mood of always enjoyment." And Lord thought, no, I should also do some tapasya. So he goes to Badri. He sits directly under the sky. Now Lakshmi ji cannot stay without Krishna. Then he told, you cannot come like this. If you come again, all the people will start teasing. What type of tapasya this is? But Lakshmi ji cannot be without Krishna. So Lakshmi ji comes in the form of berry tree. That is why this place is Badri. Badri. And gives shade to Narayana. So now here, this ashram is so beautiful. It's surrounded by berry trees. There, after doing upashraya, upashraya means purifying the water, touching the water, purifying, and then taking achmana. Gange cha Yamune cha Saraswati Godavari Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jalasmin Sanidam Guru. That is how you have to say. You have to first purify the water, invoke celestial rivers, and the worship starts. This is the way the worship starts. And then Keshavaya Nama, Madhavaya Nama, Govindaya Nama. Do Achaman, do Bhuta Shuddhi, do Sthana Shuddhi. Not directly start the worship. Do the Shuddhi of everything. Give Shuddhi to even the bell, ghanti, even to the diya, to the dhoop, to the flowers. You're touching everything with water. Deity worship starts with this. Sprinkle on one's head. Sprinkle on the asana where you're standing. This all comes in the process of deity worship. Because our body is made up of malamutra. How we can directly worship Lord? Are we so qualified? I am not 20 years in ISKCON. So what? So what? Am I qualified? Even if I am 20 years, 25 years, whatever it is, every day we have to qualify ourselves by doing this Bhuta Shuddhi and taking Lord's name before starting deity worship. Now here also just see, even for sit and meditate and chant the holy name, what is he doing? He is sitting after touching the water for purification. That is how Sthana Shuddhi. The Sandhya Vandan, they teach this. When you do Sandhya Vandan after Brahmin initiation, a devotee does Sandhya Vandan. Sandhya Vandan is done after purification, touching the water, having the Achmana plate, and then only you can sit and meditate. Okay. Next also I'll read. Then together we'll do. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Male Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tadapashrayam. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Male Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tadapashrayam. Then by Bhakti, Bhakti means connecting oneself to Krishna. Yogena, Bhakti Yoga. Connecting oneself to Lord with love and devotion, loving devotion. Manasi. He has fixed his mind. Pranihite. He has fixed his mind completely. Samyak. Without any mala, without any contamination. Amale. What did he say? Apashya. He saw Purusham, the Supreme Person who is absolute, Purnam. Mayam cha tat apashrayam, apashrayam. That Maya, that is energy, is completely under the control of Lord. Lord is self-sufficient. Lord doesn't want anyone. But Lord gives opportunity to his energy to serve. Parasa Shaktir Vivideva Shunyate. He has kept the energy under his control. Okay. But how he could see this? How his mind could be fixed? How this stage of Nishtha comes? There are 9 stages in devotional service. Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha. Till this, it is an endeavor of a devotee. Like this month is completely glorifying the endeavor of Yashoda Mata. She tried. When she tried, then Krishna gave Anugraha to allow her to bind him. Or Krishna's Satya Sankalpa Shakti was not allowing. There were 2 fingers short. There is no fault in the endeavor. But why it was not allowing? Because Satya Sankalpa Shakti of Krishna has taken the Sankalpa, Satya Sankalpa has taken the vow. I will not be bound. Krishna functions through his energies. And he doesn't require the energy to function also. Another thing. He doesn't require energy to function. He allows the energy to function. And that is how the energy gets an opportunity to serve Krishna. Krishna is not dependent on Maya. Whether Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. Krishna is not dependent. Krishna has kept Maya under control. Uses in whatever way he wants. Sometimes to mesmerize the devotees and sometimes to bewilder the conditioned souls. So in this way, if our endeavor is there, then we come to the stage of Nishtha. Naishtiki, Nishtha. Nishtha means firm faith. Completely fixed up. When the person is completely fixed up, then Krishna reveals. Now he has fixed his mind. It is given here, no? Pranihite, fixing. In the level of Shraddha, it is not fixing. It's only try out. Let me try out. Try out with this Guru. Okay, so not this Guru, leave. Let me try out with this person. We go on trying out. Let me try out bhajana here. So this tryout comes because still the Shraddha is not firm. Let me try out with Krishna also. If he is giving, fine. If he is not giving, any of Ganesha is sitting there. So Shraddha is a very delicate stage. And don't think that Shraddha is dependent on how many years you are in devotional service. It's not dependent on that. You may be 20, 25 years in devotional service, but what is the use? You don't have faith. A person may be newly joined, but he has a deep faith. because he has already surpassed those stages in the previous life. So to come to the stage of nishtha, that is endeavor. A person can endeavor in many lifetimes. You don't know how many lifetimes a person has endeavored. And now he is completely fixed up. Then it is very easy to get anugraha, because anugraha is dependent on our fixing up, how we are fixed up. Then anugraha starts with ruchi, asakti, bhava, prema. Next four is dependent on our Krishna's mercy is completely dependent on our endeavor. If we are endeavoring, then Krishna's mercy flows. Again, you cannot demand. Krishna, I tried so much. Krishna will say, try out more. Oh, what is this? I have been just trying out. I have spoken a lot. I have done so much of pravachan. 15 years I have done pravachan. Krishna will say, do more. I have heard so much. I have done my Bhakti, vaibhav, Bhakti Shastri. No, I am Brahman initiated devotee. Krishna will say, do more. Nayam atma pravachanena labhyas. Na medaya na bahuna shrutena. Yameva isha vrutatena labhyas. Tasya ishatma vrutatam swam. Very important verse from Bhagavatam, where very clearly it has been said, Krishna is not dependent on our pravachan. Krishna's mercy is not dependent on all these things. You may do a lot of preaching. You may hear a lot. You may have higher intelligence to understand all the Shastras, well versed in everything, all 18,000 verses of Bhagavatam kanthastha. But then Krishna says, whoever I choose, I give him the mercy. How to understand Krishna's mercy is there? How to understand this? The more devotional service, the more mercy. The more we rub our body. You know what you say? Sharir ko ghisna. What do you say that? What do you say in English? Rubbing, scrubbing for Lord's purpose. Then understand this is Krishna's mercy. Devotional service itself is Krishna's mercy. Getting Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Krishna's mercy. Getting the opportunity to chant his name, his mercy. So understand, when his mercy is flowing, take advantage. Take advantage, and somehow one should become fixed up in devotional service and wait for further mercy, where Krishna will reveal his form. When Krishna will give that type of asakti that I will never live without, even if I am beaten from behind. That is Krishna's anugraha. Ruchi, the taste has completely changed. The taste is only devotional service. Asakti, so much of attachment to Krishna. Then bhava, the first ray of prema. And then prema, where Krishna gives his darshan. So this is again dependent. We just have to wait. Tattenu kampatam susamikshamanu. We cannot demand. Like the child has to wait to get the property for his father's or mother's death. He has to wait. Anyhow he will get, but he cannot demand. कैसे भी बुढ़े तुम तो बाद में देने ही वाले हो, अभी दे दो. He cannot do that. He cannot talk to his mother like this. He cannot talk to his father like that. He has to wait. Like the child waits to inherit the property of his parents. In the same way, to inherit the property of Krishna, that is Krishna Prema, we have to wait. Okay. So for that, what is the qualification? First, get fixed up. That means bring your Shraddha to the level of Nishtha. Okay, Bimla, please read.
Hare Krishna. Tasmin sab ashrame vyasa badri shand mandite asino prasya pranidadhyo manaswayam. Translation. In that place, Srila Vyasadeva, in his own ashram, which was surrounded by berry trees, sat down to meditate after fetching water for purification. Purport. Under his instructions of his spiritual master Srila Narad Muni, Vyasadeva concentrating his mind in that transcendental place of meditation. Text 4. Bhakti yoge tamanasi samyak pranihite amale apashyatya purusham purnam mayam cha tadpashrayam. Translation. Thus he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it by linking it in devotional service, Bhakti Yoga, without any tinge of materialism, and thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. Perfect vision of the absolute truth is possible only by the linking process of devotional service. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. One can perfectly realize the absolute truth, personality of Godhead, only by the process of devotional service, and one can enter into the kingdom of God by such perfect knowledge. Imperfect realization of the absolute by the partial approach of the impersonal Brahman or localized Brahman, Paramatma does not permit anyone to enter into the kingdom of God. Sri Narad advised Sri Vyasadeva to become absorbed in transcendental meditation on the personality of the Godhead and his activities. Sri Vyasadeva did not take notice of the effulgence of Brahman because that is not absolute vision. The absolute vision is the personality of Godhead as it is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. In the Upanishad also it is confirmed that Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, is covered by the golden, glowing Hiranamayena Patrena veil of impersonal Brahman. And when that curtain is removed by the mercy of the Lord and real face of the Absolute is seen. The Absolute is mentioned here as the Purusha or person. The absolute personality of Godhead is mentioned in so many Vedic literatures, and in the Bhagavad Gita, the Purusha is confirmed as the eternal and original person. The absolute personality of Godhead is the perfect person. The Supreme Person has manifold energies, out of which the internal, external, and marginal energies are specifically important. The energy mentioned here is the external energy, as will be clear from the statements of our activities. The internal energy is there along with the absolute person as the moonlight is there with the moon. The external energy is compared to darkness because it keeps the living entities in the darkness of ignorance. The word apashrayam suggests that this energy of the Lord is under full control. The internal potency or superior energy is also called Maya, but it is spiritual Maya or energy exhibited in the absolute realm. When one is under the shelter of this internal potency, the darkness of material ignorance is at once dissipated. And even those who are Atmaram or fixed in trance take shelter of this Maya or internal energy. Devotional service or Bhakti Yoga is the function of internal energy. Thus, there is no place for the inferior energy or material energy, just as there is no place for darkness in the effulgence of spiritual light. Such internal energy is even superior to the spiritual bliss attainable in the conception of impersonal Brahman. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the impersonal Brahman effulgence is also an emanation from the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. The Param Purush cannot be anyone except Sri Krishna himself, as will be explained in the later shlokas. Hare Krishna.
Most important shloka. How Vyasa is Trikala Drishti. How Vyasa can see everything. See, Vyasa knows everything. Vyasa is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet he acts to be ignorant. Not ignorant means he has written the Vedas, not enough described about Krishna. Though Lord himself. Narada comes and touches him. Touches him means just shakes him and says, what have you done? So here it seems that Vyasa sits, meditates, and then he is able to see what is going to happen. What is the influence of this Kali Yuga? Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam triguణాత్మకం paropi manutenartham tatkrutam chapi padyate. Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam triguణాత్మకం paropi manutenartham yatkrutam chabhipadyate. Yatkrutam padyate yaya sammohito jiva. So this influence of Kali Yuga will be, the jiva will be completely in illusion, not only in Kali Yuga, in everything, in every yuga. But he's seeing all these things, how the jiva comes in illusion. Shoka, moha, bhaya, all this, why it happens? Because he is put in illusion. Past, present, future. Why it acts upon the jiva? Though he is Parashakti of Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita also we studied the verse Bhumira Ponalo Vayu Kammano Buddhi Revacha Ahankara iti yamme Vinna Prakriti Dashtada Apareyam Nitastvanyam Prakritim Viddhi Me Param Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Jayedam Haryate Jagat. Apareyam, beyond this Jada Brahman, there is Apare, that means beyond this Parashakti, that is Jiva. So Parashakti is Jiva, that means the Jiva has consciousness. Paropi, Lord's internal potency, superior energy is the Jiva. Para means superior. Inferior is the Jada, which has no consciousness. So Paropi Manute Anartham. Paropi Manute Anartham. Why is he put in this Anartha? Because he is bewildered. He is bewildered, Trigulatmakam. He is bewildered by or he is conditioned or bewildered by the three modes of material nature, though Parashakti, but is engrossed in his anarthas. Anarthas can be in any stage. Anartha can even come at the level of spiritual also, at the level of sadhakas also. A sadhaka may have this anartha. Certainly we were speaking about anartha, the sadhaka then think, oh, I am delivering people. First deliver oneself. Srila Prabhupada used to, somebody told Prabhupada, whom should I preach? Prabhupada said, preach to oneself. So we should never have this anartha coming inside us. I am a preacher, I deliver people. Because of me only I can take them back home, back to Godhead. First let me go. First let me be qualified to go. Preaching activity is for our own improvement. The more we preach, the more we realize. It is for self-realization. It is not that I giving jnana to you. Already you have jnana. I am giving jnana to myself. If that understanding is there, then one will not be entangled in this anartha. Even at the level of devotional service, it can come. Because three modes of material nature have yet not released us. We are sadhakas. It has yet not released us. Sagunan samati taitan brahma bhuyaya kalparte. We are not at that level still, that we have transcended the three modes of material nature. We may be a very good person. Goodness has nothing to do in the spiritual life. We may be very good, very polite, very gentle. What a guru, doesn't even scold also. Guru's work is to scold. Guru has to scold. Don't expect Guru to speak very good words to you. If you expect some good words from Guru, appreciation from Guru, that means we are lacking in our devotional service. The more scolding, the more problems. So that should be expected from our spiritual master, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. And that is how one progresses. If you expect good words and you expect that Guru also should speak good words to his Guru, to his Shishya, it doesn't work. The work of the spiritual master is to speak truth. If he speaks truth, wonderful. And he should also know to hear truth from his spiritual master. So it is parampara. It comes in parampara. So paropi manute anartham. Though jiva, even in sadhaka level also, we can be entangled in anarthas. So we have to be very careful. And for the upaya is what? Just be surrendered. There is no upaya beyond that. 3 A's are the upaya: appreciation, acceptance, and availability. You accept every word of your spiritual master. You make yourself available in the devotional service. You appreciate the anugraha of Krishna. Anugraha of Krishna is he has given the spiritual master. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadat. Appreciate that because of the spiritual master, I have got the service to Krishna. So if that is there, wonderful. We only appreciate oneself. No, appreciate the Vaishnavas. Appreciate your spiritual master. If that is there, we can progress. Or paropi manute anartham. Because at the level of conditioning, this is there. This conditioning is there in the sadhaka also. Even if he's a good person, very gentle person, that is also conditioning. That goodness is not allowing him to speak truth. He's so gentle. People expect him to be gentle always. See, even goodness doesn't allow a preacher to speak truth. What he'll think, what the society will think. No, I should not behave like that. So goodness also, that is why 4 things should be given up. Fear. What should be given up? Fear. Then shyness. Gopis say this. Fear, shyness, sociality, social behavior, chastity. Come out of all these things. The chastity has one more aspect in it, that is discrimination. Oh, if I go in the evening hours, what people will think? If I go to yatra alone, what will happen? So all these things, this discrimination, this is good, this is bad, that should not have been done, that should be done, will not allow us to progress in devotional service. Because if we really want to know the Shastras, study the Shastras, speak the Shastras, follow what our Guru says, 4 things should be given up. Be bold. Be bold. Fear. You cannot sit in the Vyasasana and speak something which is very palatable. Everybody palates are different. For somebody, something is palatable. For somebody, something is palatable. From the Vyasasana, you have to speak truth. You cannot speak something which is very palatable, acceptable. Oh, okay, that all natak you can do only with new people. In new ones, you have to be little palatable. Just to hook them. Once you hook them, then that is expertise. First, hook them with love and care, and then afterwards, once matured, thrash them. So this is more important. Thrashing should be done like mother. First pampers the child up to the age of 5. Whatever child does also tolerates, pampers, kisses, in her own way teaches. But then afterwards, there is a hand which is lifted. Isn't it? But the child is surrendered. That is why the child comes to the level of PhDs or maybe good doctor. Why? Because he has tolerated the thrash of the mother. And also he has accepted his acceptance of the words. Acceptance, availability to serve, and appreciation. These 3 aspects, always remember, is the key success to the progress. Is the key success to the progress. Or paropi manute anartham. You may say all are in anarthas. I am also not free from that. Isn't it? Even goodness is also an anartha. Don't try to be very good in the society. That is also an anartha. Because people will not allow you to speak the truth. So don't try to be very good also. Just try to be divine. Just follow what your spiritual master says. Just do that. Simple. Okay. This anartham has trigunatmakaha. And what is it trigunatmakaha? Satogun, rajogun, tamogun. Not that only one rajogun and tamas are only suffering. Even trigunatmakaha, satoguna people are also suffering. Suffering because of their own goodness. That is why they are not able to accept the words of the spiritual master and repeat it to the others. Then somebody should not do that. All so many things are there. So many advices comes. Why? Trigunatmakaha, their goodness is affecting. So one has to cross this. Or paropi manute anartham. We will be entangled in this Trigunatmakaha. One has to cross. Come out. But one should analyze. Am I performing devotional service? Analyze. Am I following the words of the spiritual master? That in this way one has to analyze oneself. Okay. We will read Anupama. I think all are in. Jumur, can you read?
Yes, Mataji. It's the fifth verse, right?
Yes. Nikhil, and you can share. Narayana, you can share.
Mataji, I will read.
Acha, you read.
Yes, Mataji.
Both of you read. What is this competition? I will read.
No, Mataji,
You
just
read?
too much.
Okay, you read and Jumur will follow.
Yes, Mataji, just 2 minutes, Mataji.
Nice competition.
I went to drop Manjari to school. I'll just 2 minutes, Mataji.
When Jumur is saying, I am reading. Okay, read. Jumur, first you read, then Narayana will read.
No, I have to go to the office. She is making a tiffin for me.
Okay.
Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam trigunaatmakam paropi munate nartham
Manu.
paropi manute nartham tatkrutam chabhipadyate yaya sammohito jiva atmanam trigunatmakam.
Always remember this verse, all of you. This verse should be memorized. Paropi manute
nartham tatkrutam chabhipadyate.
Paropi manute anartham. You have to say there also. Paropi manute anartham.
Manute nartham tatkrutam chabhipadyate. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a very big purport. Okay. Translation. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the 3 modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The root cause of suffering by the materialistic living beings is pointed out with remedial measures which are to be undertaken and also the ultimate perfection to be gained. All this is mentioned in this particular verse. The living being is by constitution transcendental to material engagement, but he is now imprisoned by the external energy and therefore he thinks himself one of the material products. And due to this unholy contact, the pure spiritual entity suffers material miseries under the modes of material nature. The living entity misunderstands himself to be a material product. This means that the present perverted way of thinking, feeling, and willing under material conditions is not natural for him, but he has his normal way of thinking, feeling, and willing. The living being in his original state is not without thinking, willing, and feeling power. It is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that the actual knowledge of the conditioned soul is now covered by nescience. Thus, the theory that a living being is absolute impersonal Brahman is refuted herein. This cannot be because the living entity has his own way of thinking in his original unconditional state also. The present conditional state is due to the influence of the external energy, which means that the illusionary energy takes the initiative while the Supreme Lord is aloof. The Lord does not desire that a living being be illusioned by external energy. The external energy is aware of this fact, but still she accepts a thankless task of keeping the forgotten soul under illusion by her bewildering influence. The Lord does not interfere with the task of the illusionary energy, because such performances of the illusionary energy are also necessary for reformation of the conditioned soul. An affectionate father does not like his children to be chastised by another agent. Yet he puts his disobedient children under the custody of a severe man just to bring them to order. But the all affectionate Almighty Father at the same time desires relief for the conditioned soul, relief from the clutches of this illusionary energy. The king puts disobedient citizens within the walls of the jail. But sometimes the king, desiring the prisoner's relief, personally goes there and pleads for reformation. And on his doing so, the prisoners are set free. Similarly, the Supreme Lord descends from his kingdom upon the kingdom of illusionary energy and personally gives relief in the form of the Bhagavad Gita, wherein he personally suggests that although the ways of illusionary energy are very stiff to overcome, one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord is set free by the order of the Supreme. This surrendering process is the remedial measure for getting relief from the bewildering ways of the illusionary energy. The surrendering process is completed by the influence of association. The Lord has suggested, therefore, that by the influence of the speeches of saintly persons who have actually realized the Supreme, men are engaged in his transcendental loving service. The conditioned soul gets a taste of hearing about the Lord, and by such hearing only, he is gradually elevated to the platform of respect, devotion, and attachment for the Lord. The whole thing is completed by the surrendering process. Herein, also the same suggestion is made by the Lord in his incarnation of Vyasadeva. This means that the conditioned souls are being reclaimed by the Lord both ways, namely by the process of punishment by the external energy of the Lord and by himself as spiritual master within and without. Within the heart of every living being, the Lord himself as the super soul Paramatma becomes the spiritual master. And from without, he becomes the spiritual master in the shape of scriptures, saints, and the initiator spiritual master. This is still more explicitly explained in the next shloka. Personal superintendence of the illusionary energy is confirmed in Vedas, the Kena Upanishad, in relation to the demigod's controlling power. Herein also it is stated clearly that the living entity is controlled by the external energy in a personal capacity. The living being, thus subject to the control of external energy, is differently situated. It is clear, however, from the present statement of Bhagavatam that the same external energy is situated in the inferior position before the personality of Godhead or this perfect being. The perfect being or the Lord cannot be approached even by the illusionary energy, who can only work on the living entities. Therefore, it is sheer imagination that the Supreme Lord is illusioned by the illusionary energy and thus becomes a living being. If the living being and the Lord were in the same category, then it would have been quite possible for Vyasadeva to see it, and there would have been no question of material distress on the part of the illusioned being, for the Supreme Being is fully cognizant. So there are so many unscrupulous imaginations on the part of the monists to endeavor to put both the Lord and the living being in the same category. Had the Lord and living beings been the same, then Srila Sukadeva Goswami would not have taken the trouble to describe the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, for they would all be manifestations of illusionary energy. Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum remedy for suffering humanity in the clutches of Maya. Srila Vyasadeva, therefore, first of all, diagnosed the actual disease of the conditioned souls, that is, their being illusioned by the external energy. He also saw the perfect Supreme Being from whom illusionary energy is far removed, though he saw both the diseased conditioned souls and also the cause of the disease. The remedial measures are suggested in the next verse. Both the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living beings are undoubtedly qualitatively one, but the Lord is the controller of the illusionary energy, whereas the living being is controlled by the illusionary energy. Thus, the Lord and the living beings are simultaneously one and different. Another point is distinct here. The eternal relation between the Lord and the living being is transcendental. Otherwise, the Lord would not have taken the trouble to reclaim the conditioned souls from the clutches of Maya. In the same way, the living beings is the living entity is also required to revive his natural love and affection for the Lord, and that is the highest perfection of the living entity. Srimad Bhagavatam treats the conditioned soul with an aim to that goal of the life. Hare Krishna.
So what is the solution? We'll see in the next class. That is on Thursday. Thursday morning. Thursday is what? 9th. 9th morning.
Mataji, Thursday is Ekadashi. We will have to do Abhishek.
Do na. Class will be 8 to 9.
Oh.
Make up 3 o'clock and do. Abhishek should not be an excuse. Let it be. We have to do Abhishek. I know that. But we don't have the time when we'll do that. Or we can keep the class little late. Maybe 8:30 to 9:30. We can do that. 8:30 to. What is Friday?
10th.
Friday night. We'll do 8:30 to 9:30. I think that will be better. Or you want more late? You all want more late? I have no problem. I am free only. No work. It is 9th, na? 9th. 9th. I can keep in the evening if you want. Is it okay? In the evening we'll keep.
Morning is better, Mataji. Morning is better.
Ah. Let me see. One class 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning, one class in the evening, because I have 2 vaibhav class. Na?
Yes.
One
you
is
do,
second canto going on, one is first canto going on.
Okay.
What we can do
Okay.
for first canto people, we can do in the evening. First canto devotees. For the second canto, we can keep in the morning. Something like that.
Okay.
Oh, Ekadashi, na? The point is good. Everybody cannot wake up so early, and then so much of Abhishek and everything is there. No problem. Okay. Oh, any questions?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Mataji, in the verse 4, Narad Dev has been for Naradji, Shri is used, and for Vyasadeva, Srila is used. What exactly do we understand with that?
Not much difference.
Sorry, not?
No difference.
No
Srila,
difference.
you go,
Okay.
Srila, no difference.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank
But
you.
for Krishna, neither Shri nor Srila. Directly we call Krishna, isn't it?
Yeah,
We don't even say Radharani madam.
true.
So what Anugrah just see? No Sheila, no Shri, no His Highness, no her grace, His grace. Okay. His grace, that is His only. Anyhow. Any other question? So nice Deepdan is going on everywhere. So all of you take part. Request Vimla Mataji to join Kandivali today. Who are all staying near Kandivali, come take part in the Deepdan. For Deepdan, Lagu Katha. Sometimes you get the bhagya to do it. In this Kartik month, it is said, if you do even a small devotional service, that is counted multifold. So try to come. Gopi Geet is going on. Try to come. Then we have in Chembur next Sunday, coming Sunday, next Sunday, requesting Kusum Mataji, everybody to be very active, actively take part, and be very supportive to Vasandani Prabhu, who has taken this initiative. Every year he does. So all of you take part. Wherever you are placed, just be supportive to the particular congregation over there and nicely do Deepdan. Encourage many new people to offer lamp to Radha Damodar. Just by offering lamp itself, where is Radharani there? In the form of the rope, which has been tied to Krishna. Because nobody has that sahas to tie Krishna. It's only Radharani can tie Krishna. That's why we sing Radha Damodar. He is in the child form. Where is Radharani? It is the rope. The Acharya is right about this. Okay. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo Vaishnava Bhakti Jai.